It's been quite a while. We had a conversation on the vehicle inspection service in Lagos, and each time we get them in on the program, they're up to something new, and that is why this morning I've gone in search of the new things that VIS is bringing to enhance road safety. And I have with me in the studio this morning Engineer Akin-George Fashola, Director, Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service. Engineer George Fashola, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
And how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Great. So what's up with Vehicle Inspection Service? How are you guys faring?
We're faring as expected. We're just trying to inform Lagosians, vehicle owners of new things in Lagos State and how to keep safe.
All right. We'll talk down on those new things. But in terms of the ones that you guys have been implementing, first off, this is the year 2025. What's the vision? What are you guys putting in place for this year? What are your objectives for 2025?
Victor, the objectives never changes. Road safety is always the objective. So that never changes. How we do it and perform it is what changes year in, year out.
Okay, so in terms of the enforcement, what's the approach this year? Is it going to be more men on the roads or less men? How's it going to be?
We'll let the environment dictate that. We'll take it on a day-by-day basis. And I'll see whether more men are needed. And I'll see whether an influx of tech or less men on the road. Just depends on how things goes.
All right. The computer service, you guys are very much in charge of that.
Yes.
Initiatives-VIS, how is it going? Are people getting to those centers to check their vehicles?
They're getting there, but I give it a pass mark of maybe 65%. We need to do more. We need to get people into other centers more that are not oversubscribed. But the peculiarity of Lagos State defies that a lot. We have a lot of inundation in our centers on the island and on Ikeja. You know, everybody wants to crowd in there, but we need to disseminate that to other places where we currently have 35 locations across the state, and they are not up to capacity like we would like it, just because of the movement and the peculiarity of Lagos State.
Which is the least patronized center, from what you can see? Badagry? Or Ekpe? Or Ikorodu?
Probably one of those two.
Okay. So you're looking for ways of how to drive traffic to those areas?
How to drive traffic to those areas. But, you know, the issue also is how many people live out there. And not only living, how many people walk in those environs.
Right. So that's something, food for thought for government, really, in order to decongest the urban centers.
Yes.
Maybe they can put some of those agencies in those particular corridors. Let's see how that will change things. But let's talk about the new things that you're bringing on board. This is the year 2025. So what's new from Vehicle Inspection Service of Lagos? Okay,
so we're not really bringing anything new on board, but we are enforcing speed limits in Lagos State now.
Oh. Speed limiters?
Yes.
Is that new? Okay, not really new.
The speed limit is not a new thing.
Right.
But it has come to the point where we need to be extra vigilant about it.
Why are you guys going that direction this year?
Too many accidents, too many people in a hurry. The congestion is just bringing to the foreground the type of accidents we have. We need to slow people down, and we need to make them aware of the fact that they need to slow down.
Okay. So, speed limiters. Now, is this for private vehicles or is it for commercial?
It's for everybody.
For everybody?
It's for everybody. If you apply Lagos State Road, there are designated areas where you should watch your speed.
Right.
Pure and simple.
Oh, this speed limiters is the use of technology?
Yeah, speed cameras, yes.
You mean it?
Yes.
Talk to me. Where do we have them? What's the expo? Give us the expo.
Okay, so the expo, this one is not a hiding expo because you are supposed to know. Currently, as part of Mr. Governor's vision for better traffic management in the state, so we have cameras that are located in various places for now. Alakbere.
Okay.
Mobolaji Bank Anthony.
Right.
Olowopopo.
Nuruddin Olowopopo.
Yeah, Nuruddin Olowopopo.
Okay.
Allen Junction.
Wow.
Um,
So you have speed cameras in this location.
yes.
What does it do? How does it capture me? Is it when what's the speed limit for those areas?
Depends. Alakpere is 80 kilometers an hour inwards.
The third number. Okay, this direction.
Yeah, inwards allows 80 kilometers an hour. Outwards towards Oronshoki is 60 miles per hour.
Why the difference?
Because of the pedestrian traffic.
Okay. Pedestrian traffic. I thought we've dealt with the pedestrian traffic along that corridor.
Yeah, but people
There's a
still cross the
pedestrian bridge.
People still cross the road and just. And then we need to slow people down.
Right.
Because that's a major intersection. Buses coming out, buses picking up there, and a lot of vehicles just feel that's a race course where they can, test the limit of their cars.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Well, I say there are lots of homegrown solutions for, what we do on our roads. Within that Alakpere, when the bridge was being constructed, we have the rough calls, right, on the road there.
Yeah.
Now it has been completed. The rough calls still seem to be there too. And I'm wondering, it's supposed to be an expressway, isn't it?
It is an expressway, but you have to put some considerations in there. Because it's an expressway in a built-up area, doesn't limit the fact that people speed excessively there.
Okay.
So you need to take that into account. And also, mind you, there are petrol stations along that corridor.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to look at the bigger picture.
Right. So that we do not have any major incidents with the tankers.
Absolutely.
Right. So 60 kilometers inwards Yanawuru, 80 kilometers inwards Alausa.
Absolutely.
That's the speed limit.
Yes, that's the speed limit.
So the cameras will capture it. If I go beyond 60,
they'll issue you a fine immediately.
You mean it?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. So inwards Alausa, 80 kilometers. Let's talk about Bank Anthony Way.
Yes.
What's the speed limit?
60.
60 kilometers as well?
Yes.
Why is that so?
That's a densely populated area. It's in front of a major military barracks that people cross indiscriminately. And it is also a bend. So all those factors, plus other things, warrants that.
Okay. All right. Why that is taken, 60 kilometers for Bank Anthony. What about the Allen intersection? Okay,
so Allen intersection is not really about speed. So what we do there is e-policing. So the cameras there are being remotely managed, and we look for different things, running red lights, trying to make a left turn from the far right lane.
Oh.
Yes.
So the camera can capture that?
Absolutely. Not stopping at the designated line when the red light is on. Things like that. That's e-policing. So we operate there. We operate that too at Olopopo.
Right. Okay. Alan, let's touch on a bit on that, because we see a lot of violations with that one, what you just mentioned right now.
Yes.
Commercial buses flouting the red light and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way the light will capture that?
The light will capture everybody. Now it is up to Vehicle Inspection Service and other security agencies to go after them afterwards. So like I said, it's e-policing. So
will you guys be able to go after them?
Of course we do.
I need that report too. I need the report.
You get the report.
Okay.
It's not a secret document.
Okay. Because a lot of times people call to say, look, these commercial buses do not observe the traffic lights and all of that. When everybody is waiting, they just go freely. They will get the hammer. Don't worry. Good. So we need to have this report to say 5 commercial buses were picked up, vehicles with number ... They were picked up on so day. We can get that, right? You can get that. Okay. All right. What about the one at okay, you said Olopopo is also an e-police, or is it a speed limiting? No, Olopopo also is e-police for now. Okay. So there's likelihood of it switching? At any given time. And those cameras are going to increase exponentially. Across the state? Across the state. Ah. Yes. The projection, if I'm not mistaken, is 3,000 across the state. Ooh, that's massive. That's a lot of numbers. For speed limiters and... for speed limits and e-traffic police. E-traffic police. Yes. Wow. But on the expressway, let's put it in perspective now, Engineer Fashola. The expressway, and of course the rule says 100 kilometers should be the speed limit.
Who said that?
Talk to me. You can do 100 kilometers on the expressway.
Hello.
Hi.
Let me educate the public.
Please do.
Because there is a limit posted doesn't mean you should do that limit. There is a limit that you cannot go under, and there is a limit that you cannot go above.
Right.
Depending on conditions.
Okay.
So just because it's 100 that is posted doesn't mean you should be doing 100.
Right. So if you create a way, or if there's an expressway where I'm supposed to be doing 100, and you're now putting a speed limiter of 60, aren't you going against my rights?
No, I'm not going against your rights, because the road is a shared asset. It is a shared asset, and we will educate as necessary. If the conditions dictate that we reduce that speed in that area, we will do it, regardless of what the speed that is technically aligned for that place.
Right. All right, then, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning, we are enhancing road safety through vehicle inspection service, and we're looking at the new things that are coming up from that particular agency. I have Engineer Akin-George Fashola, who is Director of Vehicle Inspection Service right here in Lagos. You might want to join the conversation as well. Have any questions for him? Feel free. 091 5387 7127. Those are the numbers that you can call. 09153877127. Of course, if you have any concerns, feel free to bring that on board. He's talked about the speed limiters. He's also talked about e-police. These are traffic lights that could capture anything that relates to enforcement on the road. We're still tracking the Mushin corridor, where we have Loma activities at the tip of Daliko Bridge. This is inwards Polytechnic, and it's causing some slow movement within that end. Backlog, I understand, is somewhere around Oye. And Ikorodu Road, that's where the central point is. It's very, very busy this morning. From K2, connecting the interchange at Ojota, proceeding through that's Ojota proper, and Odo Yalaro, pretty slow. There's an accident involving an articulated vehicle and a bus at Independence Tunnel. So it's pretty slow. All right, we'll be getting more. In and out of Odogunyo, I understand it's still looking good. Traffic inwards Flower, that's the inner part of Ikorodu this morning. It's Flower, second and first Lasutech gates, as well as Okegbegun, Sawmill, Last My Yard, High School, Ilekpo, and up to Sabo Roundabout is moving at a much faster pace. Sabo Roundabout up to Powerline Junction is slow but moving. You have some bad portions of the road around that particular location. Traffic inwards Aleje, connecting Ikorodu interchange, heading towards Primero, Unity out to Benson proper is appreciably good as well. Okay then, so let's hear from you. 08099120777, 09153877127. Those are the numbers that you can use to connect with us this beautiful Tuesday morning. This one says, good morning, Victor and Engineer Fashola. You guys are doing an amazing job. Engineer, how does VIS ensure fairness in inspections, especially in cases of disputes with motorists? Ajoke is sending that one in from Sherry.
Fairness. Thank you, Ajoke. If you have any issues in terms of vehicle inspection, we have channels in which you can make your inquiries known, and we will take it on a case-by-case basis. So there is fairness across. There's no prejudgment on any particular issue. We take it on based on the facts of the matter. So please, I assure you, the fairness is across board. Any case that you feel aggrieved on, just lodge a complaint. We have channels on our social media, on our enforcement, online enforcement. You just challenge it.
Okay, there's ways you can challenge that, right?
You can challenge anything. You can challenge it. That's what we are public servants for.
Let's talk about those speed limiters again. So what's the fine for those who infract on those speed limiters? What's the fine, or what's the punishment?
The fine for speeding is 50,000 naira.
50,000?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, let me be honest. The fine for speeding is 100,000. But the Honorable Commissioner has, in his own magnitude decided to reduce that by half. So it is 50,000, but technically it is 100,000.
All right. So is there anything that would warn me, that would tell me that I am in a zone where I'm not supposed to overspeed? Do I have any signs that would alert me?
The speed limits.
We have signs there?
Yes, we have speed limit signs at all these junctions.
At Alakbere?
Yes, at Alakbere, at Mobolaji Bank Anthony. Just look for the speed limit. You know, the thing is, a lot of people are not used to looking for speed limits. Look for it. It is there.
Okay. In all these spots that you've mentioned?
It is there.
All right. This one says, Engineer Fashola, if a motorist has questions about vehicle inspection, where can they get reliable information? You didn't put your name, by the way, but thank you all the same. So, you want to respond to that? Where can they get reliable information?
Two choices there. You can go to Vehicle Inspection Services website, VIS, Lagos VIS, or walk into any of our 45 vehicle inspection zones.
Okay, 45?
Yeah, 45.
Across the state?
Across the state.
All right, so if I infract on those speed limiters, will I get any? How do I know? How will I know?
You get the same thing as AMPR does. You get an instant notification on the registered telephone number to that vehicle.
Okay. They'll send me a message.
They'll send you an instant message that you have committed a traffic offense. And if you feel you did not, you can challenge as usual, and we will provide you the evidence to such an infraction.
All right. So assuming I didn't know and I ran that light, I go on, let's say 70, 80 kilometers on Monday. I'm heading to the island on Tuesday. I do the same. On Wednesday, I do the same. On Thursday, I do the same. Friday, I do the same.
You continue to collect 50,000 naira fines.
Wow. So I'm going to pay 250,000.
Stop speeding.
Kilo day. Okay, so this is news, and of course, it's something that Lagosians need to really key into, which is pretty good. So, can I get redress? I mean, are there ways if I say, look, can I contend this?
You can contend it if you can prove that you weren't speeding. But let me say this: your evidence better be solid as a rock, because I can show you mine.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Victor, good morning once again.
Hey, Andrew.
Engineer, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. The idea of the house.
Right.
I'll use that word for you. Please, you see, what I want to advise people to know, people do Google Maps and it voices out. If you want to go anywhere, my advice is this, just like what Mr. Victor said, what has been done cannot be undone. If you do it yesterday, you see what is it called? A fine or a notification on your phone. One sees it. Is to take risk management, is to mitigate it. How do you mitigate it? You put your Google map wherever you are going. It will be telling you are running above this. And two, sir, the government needs to do more.
Okay.
Directional instructive sign and speed limit signs, all these signages. I know it costs a lot. Many have been damaged by willfully damaged. Let me use that word, willfully damaged because of overspeeding and reckless driving by Nigerian drivers, most Nigerian drivers.
Right.
They will be there. You see it with K-leg. It should be there, like Third Mainland Bridge from Akin-George down to the end of Third Mainland Bridge. If they put almost 30 there, it's not too much. Because if you go to UK, we see it on TV and so on. You go to US, you see it there. So the person want to contest it. What engineer said, the person will go and do concrete contest it. You can't contest it if you see it there. There is no way you can contest it.
Okay.
Because the evidences are there.
Right.
So the government needs to do that. And no U-turn signs. Please, wherever there is a no U-turn sign, it should be stated no U-turn. Because if it is not stated there, I stand to be corrected. If someone makes a U-turn there, I think the person is right.
Okay.
But if they come say, oh, that place is not supposed to be a no U-turn, it's not causing obstruction. Because many people are falling victim to this.
Right. Okay.
And one way too. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much for that one as well, Andrew. So, engineer Akin-George Fashola.
I have noted that, and we'll make constructive efforts to make that.
Right. Okay, this one says, good morning. How does the introduction of technology improve the efficiency of vehicle inspection? Okay, you didn't put your name.
Fantastic. Okay, so let me answer that. Infusion of tech actually improves our services. I'll give you one in particular that I actually wanted to talk about, but since we are still on speed, but I'll get into it now. So this year we've introduced online roadworthiness recertification.
Oh, people can do that online?
Yes, for pre-existing vehicles. So if you've had roadworthiness certification in the past and we have your data, you can request online going forward to renew your roadworthiness.
Without physical inspection?
No. Let me finish.
Okay.
So what this allows you to do is I don't need the vehicle owner to come into the office or send anyone. All you need to do is go on our online platform. You can book, pay, and schedule your own roadworthiness inspection for your vehicle at the convenience of your home office or vehicle.
And they can do this from your online service?
From your online service, from your phone, from whatever.
All right. This one says, list some technological advancement VIS has implemented. You didn't put your name too. I need you to put in your names. So I'm sure you want to talk about ANPR, right?
Okay, so automatic number plate recognition. I just talked about online registration for renewal of roadworthiness certification.
Right.
We've also been doing auto verification. That's pre-registration. If you want to buy a car, you want to have the history of that vehicle.
You have that as well.
You have that as well.
So there are so many. Let's take this one. This one says, good morning. My name is Aliu. Please, how does VIS ensure that commercial transport operators comply with safety regulations? Thank you.
That's a fantastic question. I know people are up in arms about that. All right, so we do it differently from private vehicles. We don't enforce the way we do that with private vehicles. We do that at the yard, at the parks, at the garages. We have a schedule in which we involve the park chairmen and the likes, and then we go there physically, and believe you me, we get them. People are surprised when I tell them that on a daily basis, vehicle inspection services apprehend over 50 commercial yellow downfall buses daily.
Over 50?
Yes.
Wow.
Victor.
Okay, and we still have all those infractions on the roads. Anyway, let's take it home this morning. Engineer Fashola, quickly, what's your parting thought to our listeners? And of course, for those who infract on these speed limiters, how can they get in touch with you? Or perhaps if everybody has any complaint, they'd like to reach you, how can they do that?
We have a lot of online
platforms.
Platforms. We have Twitter, Lagos VIO on Twitter, on X, our Facebook, dvis.lg.gov.ng. That's for information. You can also email us through there. There's so many platforms. You can go on Instagram. All that platform.
All right. So with all this, they can reach you.
Yes.
Right? Let's go. Thank you so much for being here, Engineer Fashola George.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Okay, he's the Director, Vehicle Inspection Service of Lagos. And this morning, we've looked at how to enhance road safety using new initiatives from the Vehicle Inspection Service. Mike James has produced the program this morning. Maximum shout out going out to Bolanle Ogunlola, who is Director of Public Affairs for the Ministry, talking about Ministry of Transportation in Lagos. So thank you so much for working tirelessly behind the scene to make this program come on stream. In the building as well, Temilade Oluwatosin. And of course, from our social media unit, I say a big thank you to Kwayemi Shodunke and Afe John. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day. Bye.